what I'm looking to go through today is just to show you guys how to use an IDE when you're working with your CakePHP. You'll find as you start to get into more and more complicated bits and pieces of using Cake that having the code hinting there is going to help you out immeasurably. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to create a new project, and we're going to make it a PHP application. Next, give it a project name. I'm going to leave it as project 1 for right now. You'd probably call this like lab 1 or lab 1 question, whatever you want it to. Okay, then I'm going to leave this as default for right now. We'll go back and change how this works after the fact. And we're not going to use any of these particular frameworks. So at this point, we're good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at where that file actually lives. So that file lives in our Documents Netbeans folder. If I go into that folder, I'll see all of this stuff. Now, one thing I also did already is I downloaded the version of PHP, or not PHP, the version of CakePHP that we were using in our first lab, which is, I think it's 2.3.3. I'm just going to copy this, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to paste it. That's going to take a couple of seconds to do its thing. But the whole idea here is that we're going to copy this file into our into our Netbeans project file that we're working on. Do I want to replace the index file? Yes, I do. In this particular case, because I want it to be the cake index, not the one that the thing had in the first place. So now at this point, Cake is all happily installed inside of my, or not installed, but Cake's ready to roll inside of my my configuration here. There's one other thing I need to be able to do to make sure this is going to work as I expect it to. Okay, and that is to come to Tools, go down to Options, and in the PHP section, I need to browse, and what I need to browse for, I'll show you where it is over in my folder. In my folder, I have a folder called Software, and I have PHP there. This is a version of PHP that I downloaded and unzipped. It was just a zip file. It's not the one to get installed on your system, but I unzipped that, and this is the file that I'm looking for. So that's the file that I want to point to. Note that there's this PHP CGI and a PHP Win file. They're not the ones you want. Just a flat PHP file is the one that you want. Okay, so it should be php.exe. You want to put your output in a window. Just make sure you say OK when you're done. And at this point, you're pretty much ready to go. And your CakePHP application is ready to roll here. You still have to go through your other setup stuff. So to do that, you'll just click on the little plus here for config. You're going to go down to core. A couple of things you need to do in core would be to scroll down to here, and I tend to just add an 01 on at the end of each of these, your salt and your cipher key. Okay, the only other thing that we need to do is, let's save that, and then our database default, we're going to copy that, and then we're going to paste it. You'll notice it'll have a little 1 on it. Oh, I did that wrong then. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to rename that to, let's try that one more time. What am I? Rename PHP. I think if I put quotes around it, I'll be okay. No, it's still doing the same sort of deal to me. All right, so I'm going to have to come over to my this is partly dependent on your thing. Here's the quickest way to fix that. Okay, I'm going to just delete the extra one. We're going to open up the default. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go File, Save As. This time we get rid of the default part. And that's how we make that file. I keep forgetting which way I'm supposed to do that in this. Here we need to come down, we need to fill in our database information. And that's going to be specific to whichever type, whatever you set your database stuff up to. Anyhow, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do another video up for showing you how to set this stuff up to automatically upload so you can test your stuff right away. And then I'm also going to show you what this prefix thing is about. So anyhow, I will chat with you guys a little later. Bye for now.